Hi there, I'm Kay Holdsworth, and today we're talking about self-care and journaling. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed by life's demands and searching for a way to prioritise your well-being, then you are in the right place. Because today we're talking about journaling and self-care, which are both valuable practices to help you reclaim your time, your clarity, your peace of mind, especially in the midst of busy times. So let's first of all clarify what self-care really is, because it's not just bubble baths and spa days and indulgent treats. It is a crucial practice that supports our emotional health, our physical health, our mental health, and our spiritual health. So I want you to think about a car. Now, imagine if you never bothered to do an oil change, never put any petrol in, never got it MOT'd or serviced. Would it run well? No, of course it wouldn't. It would break down, wouldn't it? And the same applies for us. We need self-care to maintain our well-being, our mental health. So, I want you now to think on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 being fantastic and amazing, 0 being it's like the bottom of the pile. How would you rate your current level of self-care? What score would you give yourself out of 10? Now, I used to conduct a quiz with the students when I used to deliver a self-care workshop at the university. And one of the things, it was really interesting because it was so many people were not taking care of themselves. They scored so low. So I think that journaling can be such a useful tool for our self-care for sure. So I'm going to guide you through some techniques of journaling that you can make part of your routine potentially, and they can fit in your routine regardless of how busy you are. So one of the first self-care journaling techniques is gratitude journaling. Now, unless you've been living under a rock for the last 10 years, you will have heard of gratitude journaling. Let's face it, everyone's banging on about gratitude, how it's such an important practice and how valuable it is. And it is a little bit cliched, but it is true that gratitude is really powerful and important, for sure. It helps if we have gratitude, we appreciate our lives, we enjoy them more, and we are more present in our lives as well. So one of the journaling tips is just to write 3 things that you're grateful for each night at the end of the day. And these can be really simple things, like having a cup of coffee, maybe watching a funny TV show, or having a lovely chat with a friend. It can be something really small. But it's not just enough to write it down. You need to really connect to the feeling, to the emotional feeling, that gratitude, that sense of gratitude as to why it matters, why it's important to you. That's really important. So let your mind wander back through the day and just appreciate those little moments where that you can be grateful for. The blessings. Because it's so easy for our minds to focus on what's not working, what's lacking, what's missing, what's wrong. Yet, wherever we give our attention, it grows, it expands. Where our focus goes, our energy flows. I really love that little saying. It's one of the little sayings that I say to the students quite a lot, actually. So the second self-care journaling tool is mood and habit tracking. So this second tip is something that it is helpful for self-care, because if we can see how our moods are fluctuating and what is contributing to those fluctuations, we can start to change things. We can change things up, can't we? One of the journaling prompts that I was using on a morning was to look at what had energized me the previous day and what had depleted and drained me the other day. And after a few weeks of doing this, you could really see a regular pattern and theme cropping up. It soon highlights the activities or the people that are draining you. And also you can see what tends to lift you up, what makes you in a better mood, which makes you feel better. And then, you can make changes, which is good. Now, there's so many different apps out there, isn't there, and journals out there that can help with habit tracking and mood tracking. So I would certainly have a look out there. I'm going to put some in the notes. I will put some apps and some journals in the notes. So another self-reflection technique is for self-care is self-reflection journaling prompts. So here's a few that I'm going to share with you. So what's one thing I accomplished today, no matter how small? What would a good friend say about my current struggles and challenges? Now these prompts, they help you to focus on your strengths, the progress, and they allow you to be more kinder, more compassionate, more gentle with yourself. And there's loads of prompts out there, and I will share some self-care prompts in the notes. The third or the fourth technique, I've lost count now, for self-care with journaling is the brain dump. Just to get those thoughts out of your head, that mental clutter out of the head onto the page, to shine a light on those thoughts, the tasks, the worries, whatever's going on for you, to release those thoughts onto paper to help you clear some of that mental clutter that's going on and to help you focus on what's important. What matters, what's important. Sometimes we get so caught up in the little things, don't we? And you can set a timer on your phone to do this. Maybe 5-10 minutes is all you need just to get it out there, release it onto the page. And it really is very cathartic. It really is. So, another thing that I think we bang on a lot about is morning routines. Every man and his dog and his woman go on about how important morning routines for self-care are important. And I do have to say that routines I've seen are really a structure to your day of some kind is really helpful for your mental health. I see it time and time again with the students where I work. I'm a student counsellor, and the ones that don't have the structure and the routine really flounder. Their mental health suffers, their well-being suffers. They just feel demotivated, and it impacts their self-worth, their self-esteem, their confidence. So how could you use journaling as a self-care routine? How do you think you might be able to? Okay. So you could do it first thing in the morning and do morning pages. That's a really good self-care routine. Three streams of just free flow writing, 3 pages of free flow writing. I did it for years. It's Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way, and I did it for such a long time. I haven't been doing it recently, but with journaling, it ebbs, it flows. So there's lots of self-care things we can do for ourselves that don't include journaling too. Maybe taking time just to call a friend, to read a book, to go for a coffee on your own, to treat yourself, to have a little nap, little nana nap, and just to go for a lovely walk, to stretch, to do some yoga, maybe to watch a funny video, or just get the music on and really ramp it up and have a little crazy dance for yourself, eat some decent food, or plan something to look forward to. There's real power in planning things to look forward to, like a holiday, or it doesn't even have to be as big as a holiday. It can just be something where you're going to meet up with a friend. So finally, the biggest self-care act I think that I see being the issue with the students that I work with their mental health is being kind to yourself. So many of the students that I work with are pretty horrendous and horrible to themselves. They've got such loud, powerful inner critic that is harsh, that says they're no good, they're useless, they're lazy. And yeah, the odd thing is that many of the students, and maybe you do too, is that they think that that harsh, unkind voice is needed, because otherwise they wouldn't be motivated, they wouldn't do the things that they need to do, they would become lazy. This, I say, is BS, because the research shows opposite. So I just want you to imagine a child, say between age 5 and 9 maybe, a child, and someone's scolding them and being really hard on them and horrible to them. Do you think that's going to motivate them? Do you think that's going to help them to get the best out of them? Well, it's not, is it? No, it's not. It's going to undermine them. It's going to make them feel like that it's them, that there's something wrong with them. And the same goes for you. So one simple journaling technique that I'm going to leave you with is to keep that inner critic in check, is to connect with what your inner best friend, or what a best friend would say to you. You know, what would a good friend say to you about this situation or this challenge, this struggle that you've got going on at the moment? What would they say to you about this situation or this thought that you're having right now? What would their words be? Because their words are going to be far more kinder, more patient and understanding than your words, I'm sure. And I imagine they might say, look, remind you of how far you've come, or give yourself credit for the things that you've overcome in the past. So this is a really good journaling exercise, is connecting to your bestie. Now, why not just pause this video right now and write down 3 kind things about yourself. 3 kind things about yourself. So what would a good friend say about you as a person in this moment? Because embracing our self-compassion for ourselves is a really powerful act of self-care. And journaling is a great way, a great tool to do this. It's a really great way. There's so many different ways that we can use journaling for our self-care, to look after ourselves emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. Journaling is, in a sense, it's just something you can turn to. It's free. You can do it anywhere. And I would love to know about your own experiences of journaling. So please comment in the comments below and let me know if you found this video helpful at all, because I would love to know. And please subscribe for more journaling videos. Also, not just journaling videos, but coaching, therapy, practical activities for self-discovery. And you can come over to my website at kayholdsworth.com to check out my freebies as well. So kayholdsworth.com, come and check that out. Right then, lovely to share some space with you, even though we don't know each other. Thank you for watching this video, and take care.